星と深淵を目指せ。お二人ともまたお会いしましたね。
キャサリン、何かオイラたちにいい依頼はないか？
依頼ですか？そうですね。本日の午後、教霊院で行われる学術報告会にて愛の詩を読む。こんな依頼
なんて？
さらに詩を読んだ後の皆さんの反応も写真機に収めてきてくだ。
なんでそんな依頼があるんだよ。
そうですか。どうやらこの依頼はでしたら、オルモス港にいるエルマイト旅団の団員を孤児院で働くように説得してきていただけませんか？
なんだよそれ。
ええ、傭兵たちの反応もきっと面白いものになるでしょ。
ちょっと聞きたいんだけど。
依頼人ですか？実は単にあなた方がこういうことをする
もうバレちゃった。実際に依頼を引き受けてくれるのを期待してたのに。人間観察をする絶好の機会だわ。ナヒーダだったのか。オイラもキャサリンがそんな変な冗談を言うわけないって思ったぜ。うん。星と深淵を目指せからかしら。それ初めっからってことじゃないか。それでお前もう十分休めたのか？ええ、前にあなたたちと別れてからずっと深い眠りについて、やっぱり過信探査。夢の中で私は花壇の中央に座ってい、私は飾り付けられた巨大なフロート車の上。ナヒーダ、もしかしたら本来の過信探査はその夢と同じ感じだったのかもな。あら、私はとても楽しい夢の話を。いやいや、同情だなんてもっとかわいそうに見えちゃうじゃないか。ナヒー、そういえばドニアザードの様子は見に行ったか？今あいつどうなってるんだ？あれから風魔池の人が部外者の立ち入りを禁止したせいで会う機会がずっとなかったんだ。ええ、目覚めた後彼女のお見舞いに行ったわ。その時はちょうど休んでいたようだったけど、病状は安定しているとはいえ、人の身に生じる死域ともいえるマリン病は世界中でも今の状況からすれば賢者たちが何をしているのか。おう、万が一過信短日の輪廻みたいな事件がまた起こっちゃったらどうなる？ええ、賢者たちを調査し計画を阻止することを一番に考えましょう。具体的にどうするかは場所を変えて話した方が良さそうね。ここはだな、冒険者たちのみんな。悪いけど看板娘のキャサリンはオイラたちがちょっと借りてくぜ。さあ、ここで話しましょう。賢者たちの計画をどうやって調べるか。ナヒーダはもう何か思いついたのか？実はすでにいくつかの方法を試みているの。ただ今はまずあなたたちの考えを聞きたいわ。その方法はすでに試したけれど、教霊院の彼らはかなり早い段階からアーカーシャ端末による情報漏洩を避けていたようね。もちろん私の存在を意図的に警戒している可能性も否定はできないわ。賢者たちはもうお前のことに気づいてるのか？まだ気づいていないと思うけど、もし彼らが私に関する噂に注意を払っていたら警戒しても不思議じゃない。だから彼らの意識を直接占拠することはできないの。ダメよ、リスクが大きすぎる。 見つかるリスクのことか？そうじゃない。私が言ってるのは、関係のない学生を巻き込んでそんな方法、己の目的のために民の安全をないがしろにする賢者たちと同じになっ。それもそうだな。さすが神様だぜ。相手の本当の狙いが定かでない今、暗がりに潜む私たちがリスクある行動をとることはとても危険なの。どんな結果を招くか到底わからないわ。何せ今はスメールシティの民すべてが人質の身なんだもの。もうどうしようもないのか？ナヒーラ、実はまだ方法があるんだよな。お前はすっごく頭がいいんだし。なあ、もったいぶらないで言ってくれよ。実行不可能な案を先に否定しておくことで、これから出す実際の計画に重みを持たせる。これが分かってるって。でもお前は知恵の神だし、こんなことしなくたってオイラたちはお前の話を重視するぞ。あら、そうなの？私の考えはこうよ。現状、重要人物の意識に直接憑依することも、一般市民を巻き込むこともできない。だったら無実でない上にはっきりとした立場を持っていない人を見つけて協力してもらいましょう。それって内通者を作り出すってことか？確かにいい方法だな。オイラたち前にアルハイゼンってやつと知り合ったんだけど、いつも一人で行動してて、教令員に隠れていろいろするのが好きなんだ。多分教令員の仲間じゃないと思うぜ。実はもう人選は決めてあるの。セタレという女学者を覚えているかしら？セタレ、ああ、覚えてるぞ。確かいっつも教令員の大賢者の後ろにいた部下だよな。家臣短日の輪廻を過ごすたびにあいつに会ってたからな。知り合いと言っても過言じゃないぜ。確かいっつも偉そうにきつい喋り方でニーローに話しかけてたよな。ええ、私は普段いろんな人々を観察することが好きなのだけれど、中でもセタレは特に特殊な人物の一人なの。彼女は砂漠地帯出身なんだけど、学問の天才なのよ。その際は砂漠の民の中でも一番。そんなわけで特別に教令員に入り、賢者たちの傍らに仕える助手となった。砂漠の民だったのか。確かに珍しいな。スメールシティの近くで見かける砂漠の民ってほとんど傭兵だけだったもんな。セタレという名前には星という意味が込められているの。砂漠の中の彼女はまるで夜空で最も輝く星のようだった。その後太陽は彼女を選んだわ。彼女は星という身分で白昼の空を訪れ、太陽の光を引き立たせていた。でもほどなくして彼女は灼熱の太陽が大地を燃やし、あまたの災害をもたらすのを見た。星はためらい始めたわ。こんな太陽に協力するよりも夜に帰って星空を照らした方がよほど良いのではないかと。でも結局彼女は白昼の光に執着するあまり、恥じる思いを心の奥底に今の話だとセタレはここの学術環境に執着してるみたいだったけど、でも本当は教令員のやり方には反対してるんだろ？しかも心の中じゃ故郷の砂漠に負い目を感じてるみたいだし。確かに複雑な問題に直面した時、大部分の者は耳を塞ぎ、取り返しのつかない事態になるまで流れに身を任せることを選んでしまうものよ。たとえ彼女が罪悪感を抱いていたとしても、 知らず知らずのうちに。もう一度セタレに問題を直視してもらうために方法を考えないといけないわ。うまくいけば彼女から情報を得られるだけでなく、彼女自身も贖いの機会を得られる。私の見ていた限りでは、セタレは10日に一度休暇を取って教練院を離れ、一人でシティに来て買い物をするの。そしてちょうど明日の午後が彼女のショッピングデー、つまりチャンスよ。下準備にまずは彼女がいつも行く場所へ行き、そこの人々と話をしておきましょう。ここがセタレのよく来る占い屋よ。セタレに関する情報を聞き出すのか？いいえ、セタレに関する情報はもう十分だわ。今は天使の話し方と重要な情報に注意を払うのが肝要よ。話し方と重要な情報？
迷える子羊たちよ。自らの運命に戸惑っているのかしら。神の英知あふれるお声は時に私の耳を訪れる。もしもあなた方が神の慈悲を受けているのなら、あるいはあなた方を導くことができるかもしれない。
そうなのか？ナヒーダ、よくこいつにコソコソ話でもしてるのかよ。
私の友達が未来について迷っているので、どうか彼女を占っていただけませんか？いいわ。ならおや、どうやらハールートとマールートはあなたのことがあまり好きじゃないみたいね。何か神に失礼なことでもした？
風神の悪口を言ったり、眼神にご飯をたかったり、雷神と大立ち回りを演じたり、それくらいか？
何でもありません。さあ、占いのテーマを選んでください。健康運ね。わかったわ。ふむ。聞こえた。聞こえたわ。あなたの寿命はハールート、マールート、あなたたちが占いの邪魔をしたの。こんなふざけた結果見たことないわ。
占いが合ってるって可能性は考えないのか？
わかったわ。今日は調子が良くないみたい。そうでしたか。それなら仕方ありませんね。今度は猫の餌でも持ってきてちょうだい。ハールートとマールートに喜んでもらえたら、あるいは運勢が。
セタレはよくこの店に来るのか？ええ、セタレがスメールシティに来たばかりの頃、よく店主のアキムに世話になっていたのよ。だから暇さえあればここに来ているみたいね。後で彼と話をするから、会話の細かいところまで詳しく聞いておいてちょうだい。
お客さん、陶磁器を見てかないか？
ええ、ちょうど見に来たんです。 腕がいいとお聞きしたものですから。
お、君のことは知っているよ。冒険者協会のキャサリンさんだろ。こいつはどうやら大仕事の予感だな。
お聞きしたいのですが、造形はどちらで学ばれたのですか？
親父から習ったのさ。実は親父が盛んでな、造形を学ぶ中で泥細工に興味を持ち始めたのがきっかけだった。やがて親父に隠れてこっそり陶磁器を作り始めたんだが、これが結構いい出来だったんでそのまま転業したんだ。ただ残念。
自分の好きなことをやるのっていいよな。
そうですね。お父様は今も左官を？
いや、何年か前作業してた時に屋根から落ちて足を折ってしまってな。どうせ一生分の金は稼いだってんで、思い切りよくオルモス港で隠居生活を送ってるよ。
そうだったのですね。お父様が幸福な老後を送られることを祈っています。今度また日を改めて教会の広報勤務員にここの品物を見に来させますね。本日はこれで。
そうか、安心してくれ。きっと
ここが最後の場所よ。シェタルは教令院にいるとき、すごく詳しいんだな、ナヒーダ。スメールの民を見守ることが私の。
あなたを港口のあたりで見たことがあるような。
そうなんですか？
ええ、他の方と船舶の設計についてお話しされていたようでした。
ああ、あの時ですか。昔から船舶に関する技術的な問題に興味があって、私はリユーエ港で育ったものですから、小さい頃から船が行き交う様子を眺めるのが大好きだったんです。ですが、それでもいつも各界の学者と関連問題を議論したり、レストランの地下室で勉強と研究をしたりしています。次の教令員の試験には必ず受かる自信がありますよ。
なんと素晴らしい学問の精神でしょう。感服します。
みんなすごく努力してるんだな。
ここのレストランに地下室があるなんて知りませんでした。
ああ、そうなんですよ。でも普段はお客さんには開放していません。ほとんどは店員の休憩用とかプライベートなイベントを開くときに使われてます。
そうだったんですね。なるほど。キサンさんの学問が順調にいくことを願っています。
ありがとうございます。私は教令員の正式な生徒になれればそれで満足ですよ。
これで全員か？ええ、シェタルの顔見知りが3人もいれば十分ね。でもこんなにたくさんの情報、何の役に立つんだ？どうやシェタルは逃避することに慣れてしまってる。まずは彼女の心理的防御を取り払う必要があるわ。前にも言ったでしょ。オルモス港のエルマイト旅団がスカーレットキングの復活が近いって言い広めてること。たとえデタラメでも、こういう砂漠地帯の侵攻は彼女の弱みをつくにはちょうどいいのよ。あ、わかったぞ。セタレの故郷に対する罪悪感を利用するんだな。あいつは砂漠の民を助けるべきだって思ってるけど、実際は全くの逆で。でもそれって具体的にどうやってやればいいんだ？まず本物のスカーレットキングを出すことは不可能。次にシェタレはとても頭がいい。単にスカーレットキングの信徒を装って交渉するんじゃ、きっと警戒されて望んだ結果を得られないわ。でももし私たちが彼女の知り合いを借りるなら、その限りではないかもしれない。 セタレの知り合いに憑依するってことか？ええ。アーカーシャを通じて憑依した後、スカーレットキングの信徒であるふりをする。そして自然に振る舞えれば、きっとセタレの心理的防御を突破できるわ。彼女が私たちの方法に気づくことはないはずだから。憑依がバレないようにあの人たちの情報を集めてたのか。そう。だから彼らの真似はあなたたちに頼んだわよ。オイラたちが？でもオイラたち憑依なんてできないぞ。大丈夫よ。私が憑依してから感覚をあなたに共有するわ。結果から。そんなに簡単だったのか。でもなんでこいつじゃなきゃダメなんだ？ナヒーダは自分でやらないのか？私、人間の観察はずっとしてきたけど、真似るのは得意じゃないの。ああ、確かにそれは気づいた。できればあの民たちの意識を占有なんてしたくなかったのだけど、事情が事情だし、今。そうだな。これもみんなのためなんだ。ちょっとの間借りるだけだし、そんなに気にしなくていいと思うぞ。え、では明日の午後に動き始めましょう。
場の雰囲気を和らげたい時があるんだが。どんな状況で人が笑うのか俺には分からないんだ。
来たぞ、セタレだ。やっぱり現れたぞ。まずはこっそりついていって、セタレが知り合いと話してる時に隠れた場所を見つけて憑依しましょう。どんな話でセタレを動揺させるかについてはあなたに任せるから。緊張するぞ。行こうぜ。話が始まったみたいだぞ。隠れた場所を見つけて憑依しようぜ。
そうね。確かに恋愛に関することは無理にとは言えないし、私の周りにいる人も私と身分が違いすぎるから。ねえ、聞いてるの？ナビア。
ああ、聞いてるわよ。恋愛の悩みでしょ。聞こえてたわ。
そう。さっきぼーっとしてたから。あら？猫ちゃんたちが君に威嚇してるようだけど、どういうこと？この子たち、普段は結構温厚だったわよね。名前は何だったっけ？あら、そんな名前だった？そうだったような、違うような。
ああ、実はいくつか名前があるのよ。
そうだったの。結構大変なのね。
そうだ。今日は何を占いたいの？神の。
それが、 また恋愛運を占ってほしかったんだけど、正直最近は心が乱れてて。
乱れ。
いっそのこと、私のプロジェクトがいつ完了するのかを占ってくれない？本当に一刻も早く終わらせたいの。
そう。わかったわ。神はこう言っているわ。セタレ、なぜ家に帰らない？
家に帰る？まさか神は本当に私の考えがわかるの？
セタレ、なぜ家に帰らない？今度は強めに問いただしてるみたい。すごく怒ってるみたいよ。
ごめんなさい。神様、ごめんなさい。私の代わりにお詫びの意思を神様に伝えてくれる？怒りを鎮めてくださるよう言って。ねえ、聞きたいんだけど、ナビや君の耳元で話してるのはどの神様なの？
幼稚で無礼な問題ね。もちろん最も偉大で最も英明なるスカーレットキング様に決まってるじゃない。
スカーレットキング？道理でそのこと。いえ、スカーレットキングは遥か昔に亡くなっているはずよ。確かに最近スカーレットキング復活の噂が広く流れているけど、あれは全て教令員がわざと流した偽情報。
無礼な。私はスカーレットキング様の最も忠実なる信徒。その私の耳に届いた神のお声を否定するっていうの？
いいえ、私はただスカーレットキング様の恩恵がここまで広まっていたなんて知らなかったから、砂漠の民として光栄に感じていただけなの。スカーレットキング様のお言葉についてしっかりと反省しておくわ。ごめん、それじゃあ今日はもう行くわね。
待って。小走りで行っちゃったな。すごく慌てた様子だったぞ。悪くなかったわ。セタレも怪しんではいないようだった。心の中でずっと避けていた事柄についてここに来て急に問いかけられるなんて、さぞ心に響いたことでしょう。ナヒーダ、お前って人の心が結構分かってるみたいだな。これは実践にかける知論派の理論に過ぎないわ。まあ、あなたたちと過ごす中でこの理論の多くが間違ってるってことに。さて、そんなことは置いておいてセタレを追いましょう。やっぱりアキモのところに来たな。早く憑依の準備をしようぜ。
さっきちょっと予想外のことに遭遇しただけ。大丈夫よ。そういえばこの間仕事の紹介をしてほしいって庭師？君って草とか花が一番嫌いなんじゃなかったの？前なんて君に送った盆栽もこっそり捨ててた。
友達が言ってたんだが、得意じゃないことをあえて克服することで男気が磨けるんだ。
そうなの。まさか君にそんな一面があったなんてね。そういえばお父さんの具合はどう？よかったわ。実は私、君のお父さんのことがずっと心配だったの。今度休みが取れたら私もお見舞いに行きたいわ。そういえばお父さんはまだオルモス港にいたわよね。
ああ、オルモス港の方で悠々自適に暮らしてるよ。
じゃあ機会があったら手紙でも送って注意するよう伝えてあげて。最近オルモス港を中心に
スカーレットキングの信仰が拡散してるの。君のお父さん結構気が強いでしょ。しかも送信の信徒だし、信仰の違いでスカーレットキングの信徒と衝突しないか心配なの。
うん。それでセタレはどっちの立場？
それは
君は砂漠の民だもんな。羨ましいぜ。だが残念ながら君は
アキム、まさか君もスカーレットキングの信徒だったの？
英明なるスカーレットキング様を信仰することがそんなにおかしいか？というか、おかしいのは立場のはっきりしない君の方なんじゃないのか？
立場がはっきりしてない。
おお、お前にこんな才能があったなんてな。これでさらに問題に目を向けさせることができた。とてもストレートなやり方だったわね。もう確かにセタレが少しかわいそうだったけど、でもことが終わったらいつか彼女の意識に入って全てを説明するつもりよ。さて、セタレがもうキさんと話し始めてるぞ。早く
キさんは最近シティで何かおかしなことを見なかった？
ところで最近起きたおかしなことですが、そうですね、変といえば何度も家臣探査の日を繰り返
待って、君がそれに気づくはずは。ありえないわ。報告にあったのと全く違う。
教令員の小細工で全ての民を騙そうだなんて元から無理なお話なんですよ。
キさん、まさか君もスカーレットキングを信奉しているの？
おかしな聞き方ですね。まるでスカーレットキングの信徒であることが悪いこと。私からしたら教令員に協力してシティの民たちを実験台にしているあなたの方がよっぽど悪いと思うんですけど。
それ以上言わないで。
ここまで来たのにセタレは。いえ、彼女の心理的防御は崩れ始めているわ。あ、衛兵のところに行ったぞ。どうするんだよ。ここが肝心よ。憑依の準備を。
ねえ傭兵さん、君は30人団の人よね？
落ち着いてください。何が起こったのか詳しく
異教の勢力がシティ内に浸透してきていて、群衆の中で拡散し始めてるの。
異教？どのような異教でしょうか？
スカーレットキングよ。私の知り合いの多くが突然スカーレットキングの信徒になったの。でもスカーレットキングは遥か昔に亡くなっている。こんなのありえないわ。
ありえないことはありませんよ、セタレさん。
どうして私の名前を？
スカーレットキング様は永遠に滅びたりしません。そして自分勝手に無謀な行為をする者は必ずや代償を払うことになるでしょう。もう逃げるのはおやめなさい、セタレ。今のあなたは流砂に飲まれているのと同じ。たとえその両の目を閉じていても、教令員はあなたの足に絡みつき深く沈め続ける。あなたのいるべき砂漠はここではないのです。スカーレットキング様の民よ。
英明なるスカーレットキング様を信仰することがそんなにおかしいか？というか、おかしいのは立場のはっきりしない君の方なんじゃないのか？
おかしな聞き方ですね。まるでスカーレットキングの信徒であることが悪いことみたい。
セタレ、なぜ家に帰らない？
今日はどこに逃げても君たちみたいなスカーレットキングの信徒に会うのね。 この感覚、なんだか懐かしいわ。確かに私はずっと罪悪感から逃げてた。賢者たちに協力していることとか、故郷の村の子供たちから来た手紙を無視してることとか。でもどれだけ逃げても
問題を直視することが必ずしも今の研究環境を奪われる結果につながるとは限りませんよ。それに苦痛の中で研究を続けることがあなたの望みではないでしょう。
どうして私のことをそんなに知っているの？君はただのスカーレットキングの信徒よね。
そんなことよりも重要なのは、私たちが教令員と賢者を罰し、あなたがこれに協力してくれるというならば、それもまた
実は私は神を信仰していないの。でも巡り合わせについてはずっと信じてきたわ。君たちが現れたことはきっと私の現状を打破するきっかけになるに違いないと思う。
今の賢者たちがしていることについてどれだけご存知なのですか？
私はただ無教量産家庭の設計者の一人に過ぎない。そう、あの家臣探査の時に起きた出来事のことよ。プロジェクトの全容については知らないわ。おそらく核心に近い人員しかあれの機密ファイルには接触できないのでしょう。私は大賢者の要求に従って手元の仕事を終わらせていただけよ。でも確かに気になることはあったわ。聞くところによると
教令員に対抗するため、私たちは彼らが何をしているのか具体的に知る必要があります。先ほど言った機密ファイルについて手に入れる方法はありませんか？
リスクを冒してもいいならチャンスはあるわ。私はこれでも大賢者の助手だから、プロジェクト以外のことは私が処理することも多いの。ただ機密ファイルを手に入れてもそれをアーカー社を通して君たちに送ることはできない。賢者たちはアーカー社の内部を常に監視しているから。そうね、一番原始的な方法を使いましょう。明日の夜教令員の入り口に人を送って取りに来て。
教令員の入り口？それはいくらなんでも目立ちすぎでは。
安心して、罠じゃないかと心配しているのなら考えすぎよ。こっそり抜け出したりしたらそれこそ疑われる可能性が高くなるでしょ。だから少しの間衛兵の気をそらして引き渡しを一刻も早く終わらせることが一番リスクの低いやり方なの。
わかりました。信じましょう。
ところでこの計画を終わらせれば私は罪を償ったと考えていいのかしら。
それは送信に聞くほかありませんね。
送信、そうね。今回の件で危険にさらされたのはほとんどが送信の民だもの。知恵の神として学者たちを審判して導くのも送信。もしかしたら私もそろそろ神を信じるべきなのかもね。
本当にナヒーダの言った通り、セタレの説得に成功したな。
旅人の構成は実に巧妙だったわ。彼女こそ一番のお手柄よ。時間は明日の夜と決まったし、今はセタレの方が順調にいくことを祈るしかないわね。
祈る？そう言ったって学者たちに加護を与える知恵の神はお前だろう。
私？それは違うわ。学者たちに加護を与えるのは真理であるべきだと私は思っているの。さて、それじゃあ明日の夜冒険者協会で会いましょう。
そういえばブリュー祭の会場には屋台がたくさん並んで面白い商品がいろいろ売られるらしいぞ。めったにない機会だしじっくり見ても。 だぞ。あ、待てよ。お前はキャサリンだよな。
ええ、あなたの思っている。
今晩は隠密行動しないとなんだぞ。キャサリンのふりを守らなきゃダメだろ。
パイモンの言う通りよ。今晩の引き渡しが罠である可能性も、万が一予想外のことが起きた場合、おそらく私の存在だけが私たちの唯一の切り札となる。私の意識が外部にいることは教令員もまだ確信を持てていないのだから。
おお、そうだよな。そうだろって、まあとにかくそういうことだ。おかしい？何がだ？夜なんだから静かで当然だろう。もう疑心暗鬼になってるのかよ。
彼女の言う通りよ。確かに普段より静かね。言われてみれば街の人も明らかに少ないわ。これがシティ全体に起こっている現象なのかどうかはまだわからないけど。
じゃあ本当に偶然じゃないのか？まさかセタレは衛兵を引き離しただけじゃなく、シティにいる人をさっさと寝かせてオイラたちに道を開けることまでやってのけたのかよ。
違和感の原因は私にもまだわからない。でもここまで来たんだから、とりあえず約束の場所に行きましょう。
お前がいるからちょっとは安心できるぜ。本当に人が少ないな。教令員の入り口もこれくらい静かで、衛兵もセタレに引き離されてるといいんだけど。こんな時間になんでこんなに人が集まってるんだ？
凱旋した英雄を迎える歓迎の儀ほど盛大なものはなかろう。
あなたは教令員の追放者。
いかにも。だが今は皆に博士と呼ばれている。あの女研究員ならとっくに監禁室だ。自身に仕掛けられた盗聴器にすら気づけないとは、一学者として持つべき慎重さを欠いていると言わざるを得んな。
スメールの民に一体何をしたの？
潜在意識に情報を投入できるようアーカー社端末を少しばかり改造しただけだ。熱狂的な民たちはこの旅人が世界を救ったばかりの英雄だと信じきっている。実験は成功だ。 そして人々は今にも自らの情熱を抑えきれなくなりそうだ。
どうするんだよ。みんな一般市民だぞ。行ってシティの外へ。でもあいつはファトスなんだぞ。お前を置き去りになんか。私もスメールの民を放ってはおけない。大丈夫。シティの外で会いましょう。
ほう、自らの意識を使い全員の思考を占拠したか。それほど強大な意識体とは。なるほど、知恵の神だな。
ここまで来れば安全だよな。よかったぜ。ナヒーダ大丈夫かな。オイラたちはナヒーダのおかげで逃げられたけど、まさかこんなところで今まで会ったこともないファルイの執行官に会うなんてな。しかも順位も第2位ってかなり高いぞ。博士、名前は前に聞いたことあるよな。セタレもかつて追放された学者が教令院に帰ってきたって言ってたし、賢者たちですら恐れるっていうのはどうやらそうだな。こうなるとスメール教令院が単体で何かを計画してるっていうより、ファルイと教令院が手を組んで何か悪いことをしようとしてるってことか。でも今度は一体何をしようとしてるんだ。やっぱりまた神の心か。おう、ナヒーダの力があればいろいろ便利だしな。あの時シティの外で会おうって言ってたけど、まさかそれって。そうか。オイラたちがアビディアの森にいた時、ちょうどあいつをプロジェクトに誘う賢者を見たんだよな。多分同じ剣だぞ。あの時ティナリはきっぱりと断ってたけど、何か知ってる可能性もある。そうと決まれば早くガンダルバー村に行こうぜ。
Hold it right there! A blonde-haired traveler and a floating fairy. We've got you all right. Take a look around. You've fallen right into our trap.
Are you mercenaries from the Corps of 30? Did you come here to arrest us?
Corps of 30? We're nothing like those government lapdogs who don't even get scraps. We are an elite brigade that commands the highest commission rate in all of Sumeru. We're here on the orders of a client known only as the Outcast.
The Outcast? An outcast from the academia? But why wouldn't the doctor just send the Fatui after us?
Still wasting time on idle chit-chat. We'll shut you up soon enough. Get them!
You're up, traveler!
Following orders. Cascade. Need. Futile. That's close enough. New punch.
It isn't over yet! Here comes reinforcements!
Well played.
That was pretty rough. Is that what elite mercenaries are like? Yeah, looks like we'll have to keep our guards up. But this doctor guy seems like a pretty tough opponent. He knew exactly where to set up an ambush. Did he predict that we would try to find Tainari? Going up against smart people is tough. Anyway, let's keep going.
Traveler and Paimon! What are you two doing back here?
Kale! It's nice to see you again! Are you doing alright?
To be honest, I'm not doing too well. My Elazar has been progressing at a faster rate lately. I'm finding it harder to complete more intricate tasks. As a result, Master Tainari is taking me off the patrol schedule. He will only allow me to stay here and coordinate other people's tasks.
Oh, Kale! Speaking of Tainari, did he go off on patrol? We're here to talk to him!
Oh, Master Tainari? He just left the Avidia Forest a little while ago. He was headed to Party's DI.
He left? But isn't Tainari always saying that he never wants to leave the Avidia Forest? He even turned down the Sage's invitation.
I thought it was weird too. Master Tainari always prioritizes his work as a forest watch. No, I only found out that he left through a message he left behind. He also made sure to delegate all his tasks using a schedule. To leave in such a hurry? Master Tainari originally studied in the Immorta Darshan of the Academia, and Partis DI is something like the Immorta's research base. Many rare shrubs and grasses have been planted there for research. I know that before he became a forest watcher, Master Tainari once spent a long time conducting research at Partis DI.
A research base, huh? Gotta wonder what kind of research Tainari just decided to work on all of a sudden. Oh, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go look for him at Party's DI.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm used to living with Elazar by now. If you run into Master Tainari, please send him my regards.
Got it. Will do. See you later, Kale! You're okay. We were so worried about you. Hey, this was supposed to be a touching reunion, but you're ruining the moment.
Actually, it's very smart of the Traveler to be wary of me right now. After all, the Doctor has shown that his technology can apparently even control human minds. Plus, it's not like you could have known what happened after we split up and I was facing the Doctor by myself. Even a pool of stagnant water after a torrential storm can occasionally pass as a patch of sky.
Paimon feels like only the real Nahida could come up with such an obscure analogy.
Huh? But I wasn't trying to win your trust or anything. All I wanted was to clarify my point.
Well, we understand that point now. Please, Nahida, tell us more about what happened. Are those poor people all right?
When you left, I was still in the middle of restoring everyone's minds. Thankfully, when the doctor mentioned depositing information into the subconscious, he didn't mean engraving information into their minds. Instead, he did something closer to creating hallucinations. That was still within my power to fix. Luckily, I managed to finish my restorations and mind jump away from him just as he was about to capture me.
Whew. What a relief. The doctor sure pulled out some hidden cards, but good thing we had Nahida with us.
I wouldn't be relieved just yet. I gave away my true identity when I restored everyone's minds, which means we've lost another one of our trump cards. Also, the doctor is already an expert at modifying Akasha terminals. Maybe it's only a matter of time until he captures my consciousness inside the Akasha.
Would that mean you'd no longer be able to jump between minds? Then how do we stop him? He's still at the academia, so it's possible he already started messing with the Akasha. Ugh, it feels like he's toying with us. What a nasty piece of work. Plus, the doctor's combat ability alone is apparently enough to make him worthy of being number 2 of the Fatui.
We shouldn't give up hope just yet. Let's try to find another way to attack this problem.
Actually, Nahida, how did you know we were trying to get to Party's DI? Have you been waiting for us?
Yes, I have. I can see the traveler's elemental energy, so I deduced your destination by looking at the direction you were moving in. You didn't come here for sightseeing, right? Did you find any leads?
We're looking for a scholar we know. His name is Tainari, and the sages once tried to reach out to him. Why don't you come inside with us and see what we can find?
Okay, let's just hope we won't get him into trouble.
This big garden.
Traveler? It is you!
Ah! The voice! It's Hypatia!
Ah, what a pleasant surprise! It's so nice to see the two of you again.
Who's this?
She's a scholar we met in the Avidia Forest. When we last saw each other, she was still training in the... what's it called? Satyavada life?
Oh, I see.
That's right, we're old friends. You've come at just the right time. Ever since I've come here, hardly anyone has even talked to me.
Hypatia, you're way too excited about this. Actually, for you to leave the Avidia Forest means... you're not in training anymore? Wait, no. Did you already finish your training and reach Pariporna life?
What do you think? My consciousness has already managed to make contact with the divine.
You did it? Congratulations!
It's so exhilarating to share this sublime joy with others at long last! When my consciousness made contact with the gods. Ah, what a supreme and unparalleled experience that was!
That sounds incredible!
Oh, alright. Actually, please wait. I haven't forgotten my promise to you. Remember? I promised to help you understand what you saw from Irminsul once I gained deeper insights. My current self has not only gained true insight, but I can even help you establish a direct connection to the consciousness of the divine.
You can do that? I've never heard of anything like that, but if you want to give it a try, I'll do my best to protect your consciousness during the process.
Hold on. I brought some spirit-born ale with me. This is still a crucial part of the ceremony.
We're using that incense again?
All right now. Hold my hand. I'll help you establish a pathway to connect your consciousness.
Okay.
Ready?
It took 3 betrayals for me to finally understand. The world is just an elaborate tapestry of lies. My fury will never be quelled. The first to betray me was a god. My creator. My mother. Valuing strength above all, she saw no worth in me and I was discarded. The second was a human. My family. My friend. Consumed by fear, he saw me as an abomination. The third was one exactly like me. A hope for the future. A fledgling barely out of the nest. Powerless before his mortality, he broke his promise to me. Humans, they can't be trusted. And the gods fill me with pure loathing. So I said good riddance. I denounced the world and laugh in its face. My chest will never again be defiled by worldly filth. I will scrub away every last trace of human emotion. Then it will be empty, a blank slate, and ready to receive a supreme gnosis, brimming with pure divinity. There is no need to fear. The pain will be brief. Your era is coming to an end.
What was that? Did we actually just see the Balladier's memories? Everything matches what we know about him. But how is he connected to the divine consciousness that Hypatia was talking about?
You saw it, right? You felt it, right? Such a majestic god! Such a noble will! Such sublime emotion! Alas, shame. If only that which beats within my chest wasn't a filthy mortal heart. Oh, great and merciful God! Please grant me forgiveness and salvation!
Do you understand now? I'm afraid this is no Puripurna life, but rather...
Ah! You... Why are you so mean to me? Why is everyone hiding from me? I found divine wisdom. Shouldn't I receive praise and honor? Haven't I uncovered that light in the darkness?
Hypatia?
That's how I always thought everything should be. Wait. Have I... already lost my mind?
catch them! Are you okay, Nahida? Wait, no. Something feels different. You're back!
Oh, the Traveler's back?
Nahida was controlling your body for a while. It seemed like she jumped over to you as an emergency measure right before the Catherine puppet was destroyed. After that, Tainari heard the commotion and came over. He helped us defeat the mercenaries and then he ran with us all the way here. What? You swapped places? You mean your consciousness also went into Nahida's body? Wait, then where is Nahida's consciousness? Where is she now?
I never imagined that an individual's consciousness could be transferred around like this. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would have never believed it. I don't think this can be achieved with current human technology. Also, while we were running, the consciousness in your body told me to pass on a message. She said, "The doctor has found a way to trap my consciousness, so I can't journey with you anymore. But even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies."
Oh no! Nahida's trapped in the sanctuary of Surasthana for good this time! Was that message all she left for us? It's pretty vague. Oh, that makes sense! Since the doctor captured her, she won't be able to say anything without him knowing! She's being extra careful. Even in a moonless night, a shower of starlight can still drown out illusions and lies. Huh. Paimon knows the moon illusions and lies are from the alchemical divination at the Sub-Zeru's festival. Didn't Nahida use a starlight analogy before? It had something to do with Sataria. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. Do you think Nahida was telling us to go find help in the desert? But she isn't with us anymore. Think we'll be okay?
Paimon, you said Sanctuary of Surasthana. Does this mean that this Nahida you're talking about, the consciousness who was occupying the Traveler's body, is the Dendro Archon?
Your guess is correct, but the situation's a bit complicated, so it's really hard for us to explain right now.
That's all right. A scholar's curiosity doesn't need to be appeased right away. As for the complicated nature of the situation, safe to say I have witnessed that for myself. I've spent some time with you, and it looks like the Dendro Archon's also on your side, so I trust you.
Thank you, Tainari. Oh, actually, we came here to ask you a question. What do you know about the project that the sages have been working on?
Ah, that. While I was indeed invited to join that project, the sages were always secretive about its scope and goals, so I eventually declined. All I know is that that project has something to do with the restoration of Irminsul.
Huh? Did you see something when you were in Nahida's body? What?
Do you have any evidence? So that's what happened. That explains why Hypatia's symptoms were different from those of the other scholars who went mad. It's because she made contact with the consciousness of a new god who is still in the process of being born.
Tainari, did you leave the Avidia Forest because of Hypatia?
I did. I noticed Hypatia's mental anomalies, but since her symptoms were rather atypical, I secretly took her to Pardes Dii and began searching for a way to return her to her normal self. If I didn't take action, Hypatia would have already been taken by the Matra to the desert, doomed to a life of exile at Aru village. Now that you mention it, I knew the Academia has never thought particularly highly of Lesser Lord Kusanali, but I still didn't expect them to do something as arrogant as creating a new god. Looks like I made the right decision by not accepting their invitation. The Doctor and the Balladeer. We have 2 Fatui Harbingers in Sumeru. Sounds like we're in for a bad time. From your description, I don't think they've completed their project. There may still be room for us to intervene. But then, what is the connection between creating a new god and restoring Irminsul?
Yeah, it feels like we're still nowhere close to figuring out the sage's goals. Right, we've pretty much gone over everything we need to know, so we should head out. How about you, Tighnari? What are you going to do?
I'll stay here for now. I still want to try a few more things to help Hypatia. If you're planning to go into the desert, start by heading for Caravan Rabat. That'll be your fastest route. Come find me here if there's anything else I can do to help. May the spirit of wisdom go with you.
Thanks, Tighnari. Hopefully Hypatia will feel better soon. We're off then. We finally made it to Caravan Rebat. It's pretty lively here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
Over here.
Oh, Ethan went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
What should I sell after I'm done with this?
Travelers and visitors, don't miss out!
What the? Where did she go? How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the Academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the Academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders!
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the Academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the Academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting. The leader of Ain al-Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
Al-Haytham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices and remembers stuff like that?
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the Academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about no matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right! We have the same plan as you! But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well,
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Haytham, do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that, Al-Haytham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Al-Haytham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
You two! Ugh! What should we do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them!
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can trust! You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again!
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds. Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong! Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over there!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you Academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within Aru Village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, Have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. While Alhaitham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Alhaitham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. Al-Haytham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the Academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Whoa! What was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
Oh, of course not. It's all a bunch of
Grandma,
nonsense.
is the Scarlet King really gonna come back from the dead?
Hey, Mora, or trade anything you own.
Oh, Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I real-
Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Cascade!
Mind the deluge.
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up? The creature stopped appearing. Was that the last of him?
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care of themselves. Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the academia. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia forest. The academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far. Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation? One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down. Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety. Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, Traveler? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the Academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do. So, what do you make of the story? Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning. Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon, is she really active in Sumeru? The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views. In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... how should Paimon put it? She's a good
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali. How can this be? To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done, especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Excuse me, are you here to help me find my grandpa?
Huh? Who are you?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. What?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Hatham wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Ah, you're back already.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city. He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft-mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars, and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again. only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace, and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god what?
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Esau keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for. Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up! Let's go find your grandpa!
Really? Wow! Thank you so much! Yeah!
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.